Hi, I'm Meena McCullough, physical therapist. Not only that, but I've tried to take physical therapy and in these series of videos really apply how do we help ourselves get better through our dancing? How do we train our bodies physically outside of the dance floor to really accomplish these goals? To warm up, to prevent injury and pain. No matter what age we are, no matter what ailments that we have, no matter what we think mentally is holding us back, how can we fine-tune and give our bodies that extra oomph to really go further, faster on the dance floor? And that's what we're really investigating in these videos. Welcome back to Body Spring. Today we're talking about Cuban motion and hip pain. How do we protect our joints from pain while we learn the techniques for dance? The hip joint is a complex joint and we really have to lubricate it and move it properly while we strengthen and activate to properly protect it. New science is emerging talking about the connection of stabilizing muscles from our feet all the way up to our hips and all the way up to our shoulders and head, forming the true core within our body. So one of these true core muscles in the stomach is the iliopsoas and the rectus. So we're going to learn some activations for that. Then we're also going to learn first these external rotator muscles, these tiny stabilizing muscles in the glutes that protect the hip. Here's an explanation about fascial lines and how this spring tension, this elastic effect moves through our body. Watch Livia. She is beautifully trained to spring her body back in this elastic motion. Like this model of all the connective tissue in our body, this is supposed to be like all the ligaments, tendons, and fascia, and we should bounce back just like this recoil effect here. So K-Cues is the method that Body Spring started to align our bodies in this elastic way using fascial science. In this video, I'm using these tiny balls. They're an odd size and hard to find. I linked a description to Amazon. We're going to put the balls underneath our knees, our knee armpits there, and we're going to squeeze in on them. The pressure is going to be moderate, not as hard as you can do, maybe about 20 to 50% of what you're able to do. Then put your legs in this butterfly position. Next, we're going to start our activations. So for our first activation, we are going to press our foot knuckles together, just like I'm doing with my hands right there. We can also press the whole foot tripod together. There's going to be a link for that video in the description. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get into this position, hold the balls in between our legs, and practice pressing the entire foot tripod together and relax. And that's one repetition. Press it together, hold for a second, and relax. That's another repetition. Let's do 20 to 40. Now, if you have the toe splayers, this will add additional activation, and those can be linked below. Again, they're Amazon. I do get a small commission, but I find you guys the best price, and it's a really great product. So the second activation, we're going to actually try to press our knees down into the mat. So step one is holding those balls and being in that butterfly position. Step two is pressing our knees downwards into the mat, really stretching through our glutes. We can even kind of squeeze our glutes, lean back onto our hands, lift our spine up nice and tall, keep the ball squeezed, and press the knees. That's one repetition. Keep the ball squeezed and press the knees. Great job. So now we're going to put everything together. So these are multiple activations at once that should eventually become one movement. But for now, we can practice them separately. So now we're going to keep the ball squeezed. We're going to press the foot knuckles together through the foot tripod. And then keeping that still, we're going to press those knees into the mat. And we can just hold that contraction there for a good solid deep breath in and deep breath out, and then relax. Great job, guys. Common mistakes that I see with this is some people get slouched over. So technically, like I'm showing here, your spine should be pulling up through your pelvis. So in order to get this feeling, we can really lean back on our hands a little bit to stretch our posture and our spine up nice and tall as we squeeze those balls and press them to the floor. This will actually make us taller and make that spine much longer. If you're not as flexible, try sitting on a yoga block to help open those hips. Here's some beautiful hip action and Cuban motion being demonstrated. Now on to the next action. We're going to get that iliopsoas and that rectus. So now where my right hand is, you want to press that area of the pelvis forward as you squeeze the glutes and tuck them under. So your foot can be angled in or out wherever you have the best balance in this position. And notice I'm bringing my foot up to my hand. Please put your knee on a pad, link here, just to protect your knee. So this is the direction I'm trying to pull my leg, but it's an isometric contraction, so my arm is not letting my leg go in that direction. A common mistake is to actually bring the leg that way and allow me to see see the leg moving. Now I want the forces to be balanced. It's going to feel like a tug of war between your hand and your foot, and somebody watching you should not be able to see your foot actually move. Now we're going to repeat it out. Press the leg back into the hand, hold for a deep breath, and relax. Here's activation 2. We can put some of our weight on our front arm there and bring our leg up to our hand. In this one, we're going to think about bringing our thigh forward. So we're still bringing our pelvis forward, and we're trying to move our hip in this direction here. We're going to move it in this direction as we're on the floor, so the direction of the force actually is down and diagonal down into the floor like I just pointed. So now we're just going to move our thigh forward, and we're going to match the direction of the floor. It's best to have something better than I have here, like a foam pad. My favorite one is lengthen. We're just going to rep it out. We're going to push our thigh down and forward into that ground and relax, keeping our glutes squeezed. Putting it all together. Now please don't get discouraged if it's hard to coordinate this movement together. You will get it in time. You're going to want to balance out the two pressures. Here I'm leaned over a bench, so this is also a modification that you can do. And I'm trying to straighten my leg at the same time as I'm trying to bring that thigh forward. And we're going to repeat it out. Try to straighten that leg, hold that leg trying to be straightened, and then try to bring the thigh forward. Relax. Great job. So I wanted to thank Livia again for this beautiful footage. She is our featured dancer. She is doing wonderful things for women in ballroom. Check out her Facebook group, Ballroom Details, Success Secrets for Women. If you're not already in her group on Facebook, please check out the wonderful things she is doing. Link to all of her information below. Please follow Body Spring to get more content on how to stabilize your body on and off the dance floor. Like, subscribe, comment. Everybody's body is different. Thanks for watching.